What makes Doon Bharti Public School different from other schools?
Doon Bharti Public Schools, first of all, despite being CBSE schools, so the curriculum is governed by CBSE.
Yes.
It would be same in every school. You go to the best of the schools and you go to every school. So CBSE is going to be the same. So the books are going to be the same.
Yes.
But how we are teaching them is going to be different.
What's your strategy for scaling institutions while maintaining quality?
Something that has been bothering is to maintain the quality while you are creating and duplicating the photocopies of the same. Burger at McDonald's tastes the same. You have it here in Delhi or you have it here there in Hyderabad.
What does business with purpose mean to you?
See, business with purpose means that you are able to fulfill the nascent demand that exists in the market. Today, everyone wants their child to be studying in a private school. It is something as important as bread and butter for them.
Some stories aren't written in books. They walk among us in the form of people who lead with heart, build with purpose, and dream not just for themselves but for others too. Today's guest is one such story, a powerhouse of vision, a builder of institutions, a leader who wears many hats and wears them all with grace. Please welcome a trailblazer, a nation builder, and a man of many roles and one powerful purpose, Mr. Manish Dangwal. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Ji. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So, without taking much time, we are going to start our podcast that is Voice of Leadership. So, Mr. Manish, you are ready for the questions?
Yes.
I have long list of questions, so you have to answer now because this is a podcast on your life. What was your first business idea and when did you realize you were meant to be an entrepreneur?
See, firstly about myself is that you're sitting with someone who has done his MBA in business and leadership. So generally the MBAs that everyone does is into communication, marketing, finance, HR, that sort of thing. While my MBA was in leadership. So it was a very rare sort of a program developed by Amity that time. And it was to do with leadership and it was to do with entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is something that was imbibed during my education days, is something that we have lived with. In my businesses, I'm a second generation entrepreneur.
Okay.
But I have also worked with different organizations, which were like Varun Beverages Limited, VBL, which is the largest FOBO of PepsiCo. And I was handling marketing there. I was also with Fena, the detergent chain company. But in all the organizations, I was running something called as intrapreneurship, wherein you are an entrepreneur within the organization. So while I was heading some of the brands in major companies like Fena, in HCL Infosystems also, where I launched Power Plus. I was with Jill, which is India's largest liquor company. I was heading a brand there. In Fena also, into a home care and personal care, different category. Running there as an entrepreneur means that I had the sole discretion of deciding the strategy, the pricing, the placement, promotional activities, the branding activities per se of the brand. So my first hand experience was entrepreneur within the organization, which was further led and discussed by my senior members of the organizations. In Fena, it was Mr. Dilip Jolly, who was managing director there. So I was given a brand and I was given up, for example, in a typical organization like Fena, I was given a role of launching a soap, bathing soap.
Okay.
That was the single line I was given. So which color it would be, what fragrance it would carry, which market, which pricing, which placement, how you will going to promote it, what would be the margin of the dealers and the distributors and wholesalers and so forth. And what will the packaging look like, what will be the USP of the product in itself. Similarly, I went to the service industry, for example, in HCL. So my entrepreneurship has been driven by first-hand exposure and experience with respect to my education in MBA. Then further into an entrepreneurship driven sort of a senior role in various organizations. These schools and hospitals that we are today into, we had one school here in Faridabad. Now we're running multiple schools in Faridabad itself. We're also in hospital. We have two hospitals in Faridabad. We also run franchise operations of Kazani Women's Vocational Institute in Saidpur. So all these have come from the same school of thought, that
so I think you're born to be an entrepreneur.
Born to be an entrepreneur and trained to be an entrepreneur.
That's great.
Pretty much.
So how do you define leadership in one sentence?
Leadership is something that, we have to get the work done from others. So leadership, what I believe, is bridging the potential with the willingness of the team.
True.
Is what I define leadership.
Yes. What is your secret sauce to managing multiple roles so efficiently?
See, again, the previous question was very helpful. See, how I'm able to manage, because, for example, in schools, neither I'm teaching, neither I'm at the administration as fees or something, neither I am typing something, neither the management is involved into some of the thing, but yes, we are a bit and piece of everything.
Okay.
So how we perform, how we are able to run different multiple folds of businesses and organizations is through the team management again. So if we are able to train the trainers properly, if we are able to percolate down the learnings and skill set that we have to the end user, to the end trainer, is something that would be able to drive the organizations, which would be into many folds. So I, for example, would be only talking about vision in most of my meetings and training sessions that I take. I personally also take training sessions.
That's great.
And when I take training sessions, you won't believe the sort of things I pick is, for example, I pick a movie called Jab We Met. Right, and then I ask them, what does the movie tells you? So people say it's a love story, something. That is not something we're talking about. So we're talking about the theme of the movie that it rests on. It rests upon that. Yes, negativity and different wrong circumstances may come to your life, but with the positivity and strength and the charismatic way of handling the situation is something that you can turn it around. Which is the recipe.
So basically, you trade your team, and the team is running.
The team delivers everything.
Yes, that's great. You have worked in MNCs and now run schools and hospitals. Which has been the biggest culture shock?
Culture shock is there indeed. See, I was with in different organizations. I've been into FMCG when I was working there as an employee, and now there as the management at the highest management in the organizations that I run. Cultural shock comes from the very basic essence in terms of speaking also. So when I was there in corporate, you designate someone with the name. You say hi, hi David, for example. And you speaking to your CEO. When it comes to the organizations like schools and hospitals, for that matter, it completely comes down to sir, madam,
yes,
and so that sort of cultural shift is there. Secondly is the openness with which corporates sometimes run, and the hierarchical way that the organization, especially in schools and in the military format that the schools and hospitals run, that sort of a cultural shift is there. But having said that, because I have an experience of both the sides, so I keep mingling both the things. While yes, there is a very typical culture of sirs and ma'ams and everything, because these are very high respected industry. But generally also I keep the team along, so we take them to, for example, summers are approaching, we'll take them to somewhere for example rafting in Rishikesh, for mixing and bonding, and that's what would eventually lead to a better team building. We would be personally connected to all our team members, and then we would also be connected professionally in terms of whatever that there is a name.
So what's your strategy for scaling institutions while maintaining quality?
Yes, something that has been bothering middle level organizations to grow into a large scale organizations is to maintain the quality while you are creating and duplicating the photocopies of the same. A burger at McDonald's tastes the same. You have it here in Delhi or you have it here there in Hyderabad. So the same quality to be delivered to the end user is a challenge indeed. I won't say that it is not a challenge for us. It's a big challenge for every organization that comes. So while the sapling that we planted long time back, this school where we are here is has grown to a tree, but the other saplings need to be responding in the same way. Is the same philosophy of training the trainers, of getting the work done through others, of being always in a war room like situation. So my office is always, if everything good is happening, no need to come to me. If there is a war-like situation, something that fire has broken, something like that, you require an immediate attention with respect to academics, with respect to whatever things, then only you buzz my door.
Yes.
So handling the situation and then eventually giving a vision to the entire organization, entire education system or the medical system per se. Because as a leadership, what it requires is only to bridge the gap of the future. So a visionary
So maintaining
person,
quality is a challenge for you, or it's easily done?
maintaining quality is easy for us. I won't say it's difficult. It's we're running into difficulties. It's easy for us because we are following a same sort of things everywhere.
As you said, like burgers
Yes.
are everywhere same.
Are everywhere same. So if you have the standard operating procedures completely set up, if you have your internal training programs in line, if you could sync the publishers, what is the content, along with our staff, and with the weekly training programs that we hold for all the institutes together,
Right.
we are able to, I believe, deliver the same sort of outcome quality to every single organization and every single students and parent person.
Right. So, in your view, what is the biggest challenge in the Indian education sector?
See, biggest challenge in Indian education, say, I'll take an example. The biggest challenge for airline industry is coming from video conferencing. The biggest challenge for pager as an industry came from phone.
Yes.
So I think the biggest challenge coming to the education industry is coming from the technology.
Yes.
So,
the pace of technology
yes.
growth is so fast.
So while today we have a physical platforms like schools, we have physical classes being held in the schools and everything. I think in the near future things are going to be shifted on technology. I would. It hasn't happened now, but I think we have to bridge it. So when CBSE is today driving the reduction in the number of books, the load of the bag is what they're talking about. What I see is why not to provide a tablet or something to the student which has all the contents of the book, which has all the required materials in the single tablet window, which is controlled, supervised, governed with limited access and sort of thing. So in the classroom also, while the technologies of tomorrow are coming, are very close, that we could see a holographic sort of things that could emerge. So today we have been approached by different companies which can provide a holographic sort of a teacher which can stand in the class and students can have an interaction with them. So technology is something that we believe is going to be a big challenge. Having said that, our institutes is going to be the first in Faridabad that is doing a lot of technology integration. As much as we have now tied up with an organization that is into AI, artificial intelligence, with respect to teachers' helps. So the entire content is already mapped for example, in the app, what we are doing is when the teachers prepare question banks, they have an already access to a question bank, set of question bank they can select. When
Yes.
students write an answer book, the answer book of every student will be kept on a photocopy sort of machine.
Okay.
The machine will scan all the question and answers, will rate, will give marks, will provide one pager sort of a why AI has given this marks to the students. So if, including the checking of answer sheets is brought to the technology,
Technology
is something
based.
that we, so while we are bridging the entire thing, but I believe technology is something that is going to be a big challenge
Big
for the
challenge
food
for
industry.
education. What inspired you to enter the healthcare sector?
It was post COVID that
Okay.
we came up with the two hospitals in Faridabad. COVID was something which jolted the every fabric of mankind, and this specific 100 years that no one has seen such a pandemic in the world. Everyone were there in the homes, everyone were seated, everyone couldn't do anything, there was nothing much. And I personally saw my nears and dears, neighbors within the vicinity where I live, people losing their life. So
That's bad.
something that could be delivered to the student, to all the citizens of India on a charity sort of a basis. Something that I personally found that there was a lack, there was a shortage of medical facilities in within every district. So
So
we are in
COVID
Faridabad.
basically inspired you to enter in
COVID
this.
was something which inspired me into moving into healthcare sector.
How do you stay updated on education and healthcare trends?
See, we have our own association in Faridabad
Okay.
for CBSE schools, so they keep us updated. We attend a lot of seminars, conclaves, and everything. Today, technology has reached to the phones.
Yes.
So while you're scrolling up the YouTube, the entire content is there. If your focus is there on learning,
Yes.
so and then industry interaction is something that gives a lot of knowledge. So I have a very high interaction with the social circles, because not only that I run schools and hospitals, we also have, I'm also the president of a first gated society of Faridabad with over 5,000 residents.
Okay.
So that gives a lot of exposure with respect to interaction to a lot of industry mentors and also social individuals.
You can understand the problems
Yes.
directly.
So to understand the length and breadth of every problem that is there, a high level of social interaction is required. So only if a person is open towards meeting a lot of people, towards meeting the geniuses of the industry and the engineers of the social meta that it exists. If you have a high interaction with them, you ought to be a very good learner.
Yes. That's the first thing, that you need to be a learner first.
Yes.
Yes. You lead a school, hospital, and vocational institute. Which one keeps you up at night?
See, the business all organizations
Okay.
per se, these are all responsibilities not only for the self, but these are all social organizations. So for example, schools is something, you have one or two kids at your home and you are busy the entire day.
Yes.
Imagine you have 1 or 2 thousand students.
Yes.
Imagine you have patients running, you have one time emergency in your home and you're completely not in a right frame of mind.
Devastated.
Imagine every time there is
Yes.
an emergency running. So it's not about being up at night. I am not generally up at night. The systems and processes are so robust in the organizations that I am able to have a good night sleep. And I also sometimes, because I have young kids, so I generally keep my phone silent also. So there is nothing pretty much that keeps me up. But yes, the dreams and the vision do keeps me up, which
That's
is to
great.
do with the quality
Right,
improvement.
right. So, what are your views on book writing at a young age and any platform you want to suggest to our viewers?
See, for book writing, personally, I have been trying to write something, but because of the time and the lack of time, I couldn't write a book. But yes, there is something in my mind that I wanted to write, which would be with respect to all the uh, all the social things that we learn in life and how life revolves around things.
Yes.
While I couldn't write a book because of at that point of time there was no help for us guys. Today there are platforms, and there are mind-boggling good platforms. One of them, which is Bookalooza.
Yes.
I hope you're aware of. Bookalooza is something that
That is a wonderful platform for
it's a
students
very
and
wonderful
anybody.
platform. A child as young as third grade
Yeah. Three,
children,
4, 5 years, even they can
they
write
can
something if they're
go,
capable of
they
writing.
can use their tablet, they can go to their desktop, and from their home they have the what I learned there was they have the entire backdrop. They can set, they can write a book in whatever way that they form. They have the entire animation sort of thing. They can add the animation, and then with the
Yes.
further help it gets checked and verified so that you're not violating any content which is
Have you experienced it personally?
yes, I have.
That's great.
And not only that, I have recommended as a summer program for our school students this year.
Okay.
I have also recommended that for the entire Green Valley, which is in Faridabad, which is the first gated society of Faridabad,
Okay.
developed by OMAX and RPS together, which are two fairly large
Acha.
groups in Faridabad, in Delhi NCR. So I have also recommended the same to all the children in my society, in the school that we are, and everywhere that is possible, because it is in itself a pride.
Yes.
The first book of your child with an impression at the back of your child's name is something that the parents would cherish for their life.
Yes.
And the platform that somebody provides is something that they will be loving for the rest of their life.
Yes.
So I think I need to congratulate the team, Bookalooza, for what they've done. A tremendous sort of an encouragement to them. A good shout out to them for the work that they are doing, which is very fabulous.
Yeah, that's great. What does business with purpose mean to you?
See, business with purpose means that you are able to fulfill the nascent demand that exists in the market. Today, everyone wants their child to be studying in a private school. It is not a sense of pride for them. It is something as important as bread and butter for them. So, providing every person in the country to reach out to a level that provides the highest quality and highest level of education is something that I work for, is
Okay.
something that we as an organization are devoted, and our aims and objectives are also directed towards
In
the
a short,
same.
I can say education for all you are thinking about.
Yes. So education for all and quality education for
For all.
is
That's
something
great.
that we are.
Quality education for all. So this is your purpose. What makes Doon Bharti Public School different from other schools?
Jay, see, Doon Bharati Public Schools, first of all, despite being CBSE schools, so the curriculum is governed by CBSE.
Yes.
It would be same in every school. You go to the best of the schools and you go to every school. For example, CBSE is going to be the same. So the books are going to be the same.
Yes.
But how we are teaching them is going to be different.
Yes.
So what we have done is, apart from the good training program that we have, we have also added a moral education with respect to Vedic education.
Oh wow, Vedic
See,
education.
everyone is learning English in the schools, but if we do not connect to the roots, then the tree is not going to be green up.
So kind of Vedic education you have added.
So the Vedic education starts from nursery class. how many Vedas. So we have a typical self-published
Syllabus
notebook
kind of thing for
syllabus. Entire syllabus is made
Okay.
according to the same.
Wonderful.
And the students also learn how to perform Havan. Today the condition
Wow.
is nobody knows what is the difference between a lakdi and a savida. Today
Lakdi,
the
and there is
condition
a vast difference between lakdi and samidha.
Yes.
Samagri.
Samagri, and they don't know
How to put.
how to which fingers to be used and to
Yes.
put.
Yes.
So that sort of thing that we have developed. We have abacus. While we have abacus and Vedic maths running even from pre-primary levels. We have an Australian agency running for us inside the school, working for gross motor skills and fine motor skills. So we teach internally
Amazing.
pre-primary level. We teach 8 sports within our school premises.
Okay.
Apart from the usual sports and indoors the sports periods that we have, we also have abacus, Vedic maths, and specialized gross motor skills, fine motor skills sort of thing. Along with that, we have added Vedic maths. This
So you
Vedic
conduct
Shiksha.
yajna in your school also, as you said,
So
like
every week, once a week, every class has to perform yajna.
that's great.
Apart from music and dance and everything that we keep doing digitally, we are far ahead. I'm very happy to inform you, we are very far ahead than many other schools. We have technically in every class digital infrastructure in place. We have CBSE governed Saras lab, computer lab within our school premises. We have every facility that is available in terms of sports, recreational, co-curricular activities, and whatever that there is. So we have a dedicated yoga teacher.
Acha.
We have somebody as a Shastri ji who has learned all his life only from Gurukul. We have India's
For
largest
Sanskrit.
Gurukul in
For
Faridabad.
Sanskrit.
For Vedic Shiksha and
For
Sanskrit.
Vedic Shiksha and Sanskrit. Right.
So it's something that differentiates between us and the rest of the schools. So a child needs to learn about the basics of the world, how the money works,
So-
how things work. For example, all the West learned from us. Before eating a food or drinking water, you need to chant a mantra. You need to do a thanksgiving to the water. And we
Yes.
all know with the science,
Yes.
the level of experiments that have been done on the water particles, that the molecules of water changes when we do a thank you, gratitude, prayer,
Yes,
something in
yes.
front of food.
Yes.
So while we were the ones that initiated with all these things, we have forgotten that, and today West does it. So again,
Of course,
we
yes.
are bringing it back today. All our students, they learned a few mantras, they learned something to do with Vedic things, and then they start to imbibe those things within their lifestyles.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ऐसे स्कूल्स की बहुत ज़रूरत है जो ग्लोबल सिटीजन डेवलप कर रहे हैं, लेकिन भारतीय संस्कृति की जड़ों के साथ।
जी, क्योंकि भारतीय संस्कृति वो संस्कृति है और यही वो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है। जब आप किसी बच्चे को रूट से कनेक्ट करते हैं तो वही बच्चा गूगल का सीईओ, एप्पल का सीईओ,
Yes.
वर्ल्ड बैंक के मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, है ना, आईएमएफ के, आज आप देखिए ना, सारी के सारी वर्ल्ड की जो टॉप कंपनीज हैं उनके सीईओज आज भारतीय क्यों हैं?
Yes.
क्यों? इसलिए
Because
हैं
they are
क्योंकि
connected with the roots
Yes.
and they have
क्योंकि जो
developed
भारतीय
global
माता
citizen-
पिता हैं वो बच्चों को भारतीय संस्कार घर में जरूर देते हैं, और वो जहाँ वेस्ट में वो परंपराएं नहीं है कि उनको कनेक्ट रखा जाए अपने कल्चर से, अनुशासन से, अपने कल्चर से, हर चीज से कनेक्ट करके हम भारतीय लोग रखते हैं। सो अगर वो चीज को आज हम वेस्ट की एजुकेशन में भूल जाएंगे तो हम जड़ छोड़ देंगे, और इफ वी लीव द रूट्स, then again the tree at there cannot be green at the top.
That's great, and great initiative also. So what are your thoughts on mental health in schools?
See, mental health is something that we really take a good care of. Mental health has different branches. Mental health is first to do with what is happening in a child's family.
Yes.
Every child is in itself a case study. If something is troubling the child
Yes.
at the back, not at the school, at his or her house or something, then the child will not be able to focus on the studies.
Yes.
So we have a mentor-mentee program running in all the schools, wherein a teacher is given a set of students and they tend to interact what's happening in their personal life.
That's great. Really great.
Secondly, we have for the mental health of children with this COVID again, there is an increasing trend of a percentage of students who have developed, especially in their early ages, developed some sort of deformity. It could be slow learner, it could be with respect to attention, not giving, the child is not giving a proper attention. It would be something here and there out of the 30 plus children with special need points that CBSE tells you. We have been observing as much as 10% of the students today, because of the exposure to the tablet and phones and the digital platforms that everyone has in their homes, and with the closed environment that everyone has started to live post COVID. Reduced social interaction is where we believe the mental health of the children are getting affected. As per the CBSE also, every school is having special educators, but we have moved forward and we have a specialized lab for such students. We
for
have
mental
children,
health especially.
Yeah, for children with special needs, we have a typical program running, which is to do with we have our own speech therapist, we have our own, these are on rotation,
Because
we have our own
you
occupational
are there with
therapist.
the hospitals also, so you can call the experts.
So we
from
can
there
call
for,
the experts from there also. That is something as an edge that we have with respect to both the industry.
Privileged also with this.
We have all the pediatricians that we are connected to, so we can get their sessions here also. We have different organizational levels we are also connected. So that is something we are focusing on, the mental health of the students. Another branch of mental health of the students is to do with sports, interaction, co-curricular activities. While I am sitting here today with you, we have a special activity in the summers which is to do with a pool activity. So a specialized sort of a pool would be created, and
while coming I have seen that pool activity
and rain dance and that sort of.
So students were enjoying.
So what we believe is life is meant to be working hard and enjoying harder. So if you're not enjoying your life, if you're not dedicating life for all the goodness that it has, then your purpose is
unfulfilled.
Purpose is unfulfilled.
Yes. How did Six Sigma shape your problem solving style?
See, Six Sigma basically, where I learned from was British Standards Institute. Six Sigma is a quality parameter. Six Sigma was something which was really effective for me in terms of understanding and analyzing data. And increasing and enhancing the quality in every sphere that we operate. So Six Sigma is something that I use it on daily basis. Six Sigma is something that I tend to have it working everywhere. As much as not only the organizations that we have, I have on my phone right in front of me the entire war room of a 5,000 presidents gated society. We have 8 sirens deployed in the society, and that is on my phone. I can click them and the sirens will get turned on in every institute that we have in the society that I am present there. Right? So we have an integration of technology with respect to Wi-Fi cameras and everything that we have. So Six Sigma was something that I have learned to increase the efficiency of the entire organization. So while the amount of energy we are putting into the system with respect to fuel, with respect to salaries and expenditure and everything, are we able to deliver an output at a higher rate is something that Six Sigma analyzes. And once a business leader has the habit of analyzing and seeing the data, the Excel formats, the way the things are run, then the quality is very obvious to be increased. That is what my entire working style is, which is mixed in the corporate sense and the organizations of schools and hospitals. So I have my own formats ready in front of me. In the morning, I tend to see them, what's happening, where I am able to see, and then
so
improvise.
Kind of dashboard you have in your hands.
So with respect to improvement there.
What does pride of India mean to you personally?
See, Pride of India was honored by the governor of Haryana to me and a few others in Faridabad. It means that it means an honor to somebody who are visionary people who are working day and night for betterment of the society. Everyone is born and there will be a day when everyone will die. It's about how you are providing an impact to the society. What is your contribution towards the society at a large? Everyone is working for themselves, isn't it? Everyone is working for the bread and butter for them and their family.
Okay.
But there must be some people, and that is something that needs to be cherished, that needs to be promoted, that needs to be motivated. That somebody from us only rise and give the society back in terms of whatever that there is a
Means
possibility.
you who thinks out of the box.
Yes,
Yes.
to be thinking out of the box and delivering something to the society.
Yes.
That is what it means. It's
Yes.
sort of a thank you. I'm very grateful to the governor of Haryana for the honor, and pretty much that's it's basically to do with motivating you further
Yes.
to do brighter things.
Actually, such kind of things gives you more responsibility,
Yes,
and further you have to.
yes, indeed.
If you could replace your Zoom background with anything, what would it be?
Typically not a same thing. I keep changing my Zoom background, but if you see, I have an official Zoom background that I typically use. Sometimes I use a sea beach background, sometimes I use different backgrounds. But if there is a background that for something that I would use would be a horizon of the sea
Okay, that is endless.
that is endless and infinite.
So, before moving further, I would like to ask one very special question that is based on sustainable development goals. Are you teaching in your school or you are personally following any such? So, please let me know.
Gee, see, sustainability is something that is imbibed in the curriculum from CBSE also, and every school owners, school chairman, managing directors, they have this in their lifestyle. They have this in their mind.
Like a role model.
Yes, they have this in their mind as a role model to lead.
Yes.
Because everyone is watching you and observing you.
Yes.
As an organization, we have solar panels in every of our institute.
Okay.
So what we tend to do is we consume lesser of electricity and give back to the world as a greener energy. We do have rainwater harvesting in school, which is mandated by CBSE again. So rainwater harvesting is something that we have. Thirdly is to do with the greenery. See, eventually all the places that today mankind is getting developed were all forests and green. Today we have eaten up all the forests. So it is our responsibility to make and to teach the next generation the significance of being for greenery. We have since I belong from Uttarakhand, is something that I've brought from there. There is a festival in Uttarakhand which is named as Harela.
Okay.
Which is done on the Savan. So there is a specific day. Yes.
Okay.
So there is a specific day for it. So we have dedicated and included in the calendar of activities of every of the institute that during that time we would be celebrating tree plantation day.
Harela.
Tree plantation day is something that everyone does. But the question is, once you have planted a sapling, does it grow?
Yes,
Because 90% it doesn't.
Yes.
So we move forward and we tend to give names to it. So a child in the school premises in itself, or in the vicinity of the school, or in the house that they plant a tree, we tend to name the plant, and then we ask the students to give the water and required
Watering
material
is so important.
to the plant so that
Yes.
it grows.
Yes.
Just celebrating it for the sake of celebration is something that we don't do.
That loses the
Yes,
purpose.
that loses. So in place of planting 10,000 trees, we plant only 500, but all 500
Wonderful.
survive. That is
It's a
something,
great vision. Great
something
vision.
we do.
Yes. Yes.
Similarly, personally also, I am very vigilant into not consuming a lot of and wasting electricity and everything. So I use, for example, Wi-Fi enabled smart switches, and that is
Okay.
there on my phone. So if I'm coming to any office, I turn to switch it on, and
Acha.
then from there back end I can switch it off there also, including my homes.
Okay.
So I in my
So
home
you save
also,
the electricity in that
so I
way.
tend to save a lot of electricity there, and it shows. Smart switches shows you that how much electricity you have saved. And
Acha.
then one should also start doing morning and evening walks rather than especially the gym that we burn our calories there. So if we are doing a morning and evening walk also, that is in itself sustainability.
Yes.
So it's something
So
that
you're working on solar, you're working on rain harvesting, and you are working on plantation.
plantation
Three things.
as an organization, and different things that we keep doing personally to save as much as possible with
Okay.
respect to the energy.
If your life was a Bollywood movie, what would be its title?
What would be its title? It's a very good question. I have not pretty much thought of as a Bollywood movie that there would be, but I think it would title something good. It would title something visionary. It would title something as Hope of Tomorrow.
Hope of Tomorrow. Wonderful thought. Have you ever texted the wrong person and it turned out hilarious?
Yes, many times.
Many times.
The technology can drive you really crazy. So that has happened recently also, and multiple times it has
Multiple
happened.
times. Okay.
So
So, any incident?
I use a foldable touch phone, so the inside fold is broad screen, that is fine, but the front screen is small. Multiple times it has happened that I wanted to send something to someone and it landed somewhere else, which meant
Okay.
completely different. One of the instances, I clicked a screenshot of my phone of someone's message and I wanted to share with a confidential someone with me, and I happened to share it on a social platform.
Oh my God.
So that was something which is very hilarious in terms of, and that technology is there, and that these things keep happening.
If you could run your next board meeting from a beach, which one would you pick?
Earlier, I used to think I'll pick a beach from outside, but in India we have a lot of wonderful beaches.
Yes.
I would probably pick a beach in Goa.
Okay.
Is as fascinating as anywhere else,
Yes.
and any good beach, a silent beach in Goa would be good enough for me. Vacations and beaches and everything, I believe, are something that we need to connect to ourselves then rather than connecting to the world.
Yes.
Because in the entire day and
Peace of
everything,
mind,
yes,
yes.
we are already so deeply connected to the world and everything.
Yes.
So what I personally require is a peace of my mind that can be given in a very good any beach that it could be. So Indian beaches are good enough, and I think everyone should be focusing within our beaches.
That's great. If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future?
If I could time travel, I would be. See, past is something that I've already seen. I don't
Yes.
think I need to. Furthermore, a person who's doing fine and who's calculatedly running his life
Yeah.
doesn't need to change much things in past. So past is past. Something that I haven't seen is future. So I would like to travel in the future. It's something that I have told you that the book, the title of the movie or something again would be connected to the future.
Yes.
So I would like to travel to the future and see what's there. Furthermore, because of the high experimentative and learning person that I am, I'm just sharing a small story with you. I happen to do this past life regression, who also takes you to the future. I don't know how,
Yes.
but they tend to also take you to the future life. So believe you me, I've been to the future. and I've seen some a bit of it.
How?
The ones that do past life regression, so been into my past life there also.
Okay.
And then if you have any queries and questions, they can ask you, and they can take you to the future life also. So I've been again to the future life also and seen where I am, what I'm doing, what is it that I'm doing, and everything.
So you will choose the future.
Yes.
Yes, that's great. What is your secret talent?
My secret talent is conversion of negativity and problems into opportunities.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes.
That's pretty much what I keep doing the entire day.
Yes.
Every time problems and issues and things keep knocking at me, and I see them as something that is an opportunity, how we can convert them into better things and send it back to the world, because problems and opportunities comes only to the people who can afford that, right, and who can solve them. If you crack, then you're going to be doomed, of course. But if you're able to come out with flying colors, is something that is going to have an impact on the world. I see what life is, for example, you're playing a video game. While you're playing a video game, does good things come to you or bad things come to you?
I think bad will.
Isn't it? So
Yes.
you keep shooting something.
Yes,
There is
yes,
somebody
yes.
coming here and there. You're doing
Yes.
things. You're jumping and
And
attaining
finally,
something.
you have to win.
And finally, you have to win with
Yes.
the problems coming to you.
Yes.
So the question is, if you achieve level 1, what happens at level 2? Greater problem comes, greater issues comes, larger problems comes, and if you solve those problems, you go to level 3.
Yes.
What happens there? Nothing much. Your problems increases. So the games were made to copy the human life. The more problem solving you get, you of course you reach to a higher level.
Yes.
And with each higher level you accumulate wealth and everything that there is. But at each higher level you are going to face larger problems.
Yes.
So if you lose against a problem, then you are going to be at the same level. If you keep bouncing back with the problems, then you reach to a higher level.
Yes. You have changed my perspective. Like video games are good in that way.
Maybe.
If you had to switch jobs with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Switch jobs with anyone is a very difficult question, because I have a lot of roles to play for myself. In itself, I'm playing a lot of roles. I am switching jobs most of the time by myself, from coming from a social background again to this. But I would like to be holding a position for a day to understand how India is growing with the Prime Minister of India, to see for one day how India works and what changes one can bring to this large nation.
That's great. Who is your favorite actor?
I have many favorite actors, but I think Amir Khan is something that I tend to watch a lot.
Okay.
Reason being, the movies that he makes are based on theme, are based on some core values,
Yes.
are based on something which is purpose driven.
Yes.
So I tend to not watch movies which are pure love stories and just dancing.
Unable to
and things.
serve something to communities
Yes.
also.
So after Amir Khan, these days I've started watching some of the movies of Akshay Kumar also, who are again purpose oriented and
Yes.
sort of things. So whatever limited time that we have, I tend to watch purposeful movies and shows.
What is one food you could eat every day without getting bored?
Yeah, but I'm not pretty much foodie, so any food would be good enough for me
Okay.
to be having the entire day.
Okay. In terms of quality and depth, how do Brothers education books compare with other science textbooks in the market?
Brothers education is something that first of all has very depth of are from the very depth of the knowledge, right? So every subject matter that they pick goes to a very good depth, For example, NCRT touches the major subjects of the content of the chapter. The brothers books, they go deep dive into subject matters. Then they have the entire, for the same sort set of problems, they have different set of question and answers, different set of algorithms, different set of things. Then today, the brothers education has connected to the digital world also. So they have good connected digital resources which are available to be played in the classrooms. That sort of thing is something that many other publishers and
so you recommend brothers publication.
Yes, so that is something, that is how we are more and more using brothers publications.
Your favorite movie?
Well, my favorite movie.
Yes.
My favorite movie is, I use a lot of movies during training. So movies which have some basis are the movies that I keep liking. So it could be Jodha Akbar, a very typical movie that I've named.
Yes.
The movie in itself encircles about how a leader was developed. When Jalaluddin was a small child, he was trained to be the king of the nation, right? And all the problems that he felt in his life, and the way he managed to bring the country together. The movies, there are different movies.
And being illiterate.
Yes, he was illiterate.
Yes.
Despite the same fact that he was able to run the country.
Yes.
And bind the country.
Yes.
And then there are movies that I named, Jab We Met, for example. Good masala movie, but has a good theme.
Message also.
Yes, so movie like Oh My God, which is again purpose driven movies. So these are the movies, and yesterday only I happened to see a movie, The Diplomat with John Abraham. So again, a very purposeful movie based on true events.
Yes.
So I happen to like movies which are based on true events. Otherwise, it's just garbage.
Yes, it is. How do you keep your team motivated during tough times?
See, my team enjoys tough time.
That's great.
Because they know when the going gets tough gets going. So we are always on our heels and are always on our foot to face challenges, to face the eventualities that this life is supposed to bring. So we are in itself are very experimentative, are very happy team that I lead, and are really open to challenges and everything. You won't believe my associate who sits right outside my office, once he was facing a problem with respect to some formula of Excel, a large Excel deck. So what I found him doing, he was playing Rubik's Cube. I asked him, what are you doing? You were supposed to give me that. So he said, sir, what happens if you play Rubik's Cube? Your wiring changes and you are able to solve the problem effectively. So I was really amazed to see that eventually, if you have very, very right and good connection with your team, if you are well connected deep inside their mind, subconsciously they tend to follow your traits. So challenges and problems are something that our team doesn't get afraid of. Is something that we foresee. Is something that we plan, and then with the deep planning is something that we're able to meet the higher expectations.
How do you evaluate success today compared to when you started?
See, for me, success I have never evaluated. For me, success is something of an ongoing journey.
Yes,
isn't
true.
it? It's not a goal. It's not something that we can land. It's not something that we can achieve in a day or something. And even if you have achieved something, for example, what we say success is not something that is going to be permanent.
Yes.
So success is a journey for me. Success is something you do every day. Success is something you achieve in every project that you do. Success in every delivery that you does. Success is something
Yes.
which brings the not only happiness but the bliss in you.
And at the
Right.
end of the day, it is satisfaction.
Yes, so you have a deeper sense of satisfaction of what you have done today, is what I term as success. And eventually, one should not be flying high with success, one should not be deep diving with the sorrows of losses.
Yes.
Success and losses are part of life,
Yeah.
but what eventually requirement is the karma. You
Yes.
need to focus on your karmas. Success is a
Absolutely,
byproduct.
yes.
I don't care about success. I work for my karma. I work for it in the best possible ways. Every individual who is with me or who knows me, they, for goodness, they know the person enjoys his work. Everything he does, the person does for the betterment of the organization and society at large. And they also know he doesn't care about success. All he cares about is that he's doing it right. And once you're doing it right, it's just the byproduct.
I think success will chase you then.
Money, wealth, success, all these are just pure byproducts. So nobody, I think, works for byproducts. You need to work on the real things. So the real things are your karmas.
Yes. So, one word for this podcast.
The podcast is awesome.
Thank you so very much. They say true leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. And today, through this conversation with Mr. Manish Dangwal, we didn't just hear about success, we witnessed a living example of vision, resilience, and service. To all our video people, do subscribe to our channel Voice of Leadership podcast, and thanks for watching this episode. Till then, bye bye.